Mic check. You're now tuned in with Mike J. You know the host that do the most. How I feel when you got a rapper from the West Coast on the intro. So smooth. Now we can play the instrumental. Black top radio. Where you can come and get your fix. We be talking about your baby mamas or some politics. First station out where you can tune and hear the hottest. Ain't no filters, you hear all of it. You ain't really popping yet if you ain't never been a guest. Wait, let me guess, you got on next. Got the airwaves on flex. Boom. Black top, what did you expect? Black top radio. Radio. The black top radio. Radio. The black top. Black top. Black top radio.
It's time for the segment known as Headlines with Miss Milan. What's up, baby?
Yo, you already know what time it is. It's your girl, Miss Milan, and we here to get into the news. Now, we kind of missed a week, so we kind of got to catch back up where we left off with this Drake and Kendrick drama, and we gonna end it after today's show, because clearly it has come to an end.
Yes.
So, where we left off with, I think it was Drake's release, right? Was it Drake's release?
Drop that one or the Tupac one?
Right. Yeah.
It was the Tupac one.
Okay, the AI.
Yeah.
Okay. So we followed back up on May 3rd with Kendrick's drop of 616 in LA. And that came days after he released, no, it was Euphoria. So he released that right after Euphoria. So he kept going on his promise to drop back to back as he said in Euphoria. So right after that, Drake followed up with Family Matters, where he kind of went in on an 8-minute track suggesting that Kendrick's kid wasn't his and it was actually his manager's, Dave Freeze. And it makes pretty much when he said damn sister me.
Okay, can we clarify this too? Now, there was, I don't know if you guys remember from the Take Care album, a song that Kendrick and Drake did together, and Drake remixed that one and basically dissed Kendrick on it, taking and biting the flow and everything. Now, that one was on the page under the name Family Matters, but it's the video on YouTube that went up where he did the drop. He kind of
Okay.
So that other diss didn't even make the waves and noise that it was supposed to.
No,
I didn't.
But so Family Matters, I think it kind of hit because not only that, he had the visual for it, and he was kind of poking back at being at the spot that Kendrick mentioned.
And the van, crushed the van.
If Kendrick wouldn't have followed up so quickly with Meet the Grams, I think we could have sat with.
I was a little
Family
worried.
Matters a little.
I was
longer.
a little worried because let me tell you, Family Matters. That second part of
The
it,
drill part.
had me.
Which
shook.
one am I so caught?
Yeah.
That had me like, okay,
Yeah, he
Kendrick,
was spitting.
we not looking too good right now.
He was spitting.
Yeah. So not only
It was within the hour, by the way.
the Meet the
Facts.
Grams, right?
Yes, he
So-
dropped that within the hour.
Correct. Now, in this song, he addresses Drake's son, but he also alleges that Drake has an 11-year-old daughter that he's hiding just as he did with Adonis, allegedly. But he dropped Meet the Grams, and then five minutes later, he dropped Not Like Us. And as soon as that dropped, the game is over, because he was literally listening to what everybody was saying. We needed a bop. Like, we needed to have something that was going to be in the street, because, Drake is famous for giving us those radio songs. Like, Family Matters to me is a radio song. Like, that's something you could actually play, right? To me, when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, he already knew after that he was done. He wasn't coming back. He was going to put the last nail in the coffin and all of that. And in this song, he constantly kind of referred to Drake as a pedophile and went back into... Now, not only has this song been crazy like that, but it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You see people Crip walking to it. You
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
you see that. You see TikToks. Like people are going crazy about this song. Now imagine the summer hasn't even got in good.
Okay.
He gotta hear this
It's
all
a wrap.
summer.
All summer.
Band season ain't started yet. All the college.
And I don't know if I told y'all, but I definitely was having a conversation with my husband, right, when the Tupac one came out, and I remember listening to it disgusted. That like the born and raised LA in me was like, Kendrick, you better be in the booth right now. I said, and I was like, and it needs to be a super West Coast slap. Like, it's got to come hard, because what you cannot do is mock. And I say mock because that AI Tupac rap and Snoop Dogg
disrespectful.
is disrespectful, and it's mocking straight up. So I love when Kendrick say all eyes on me and I'm gonna send it up to Pac. I'll be like, yes,
Stand on that.
yes. And I love the fact that Drake has to hear it all summer long. Not like us, it's not going nowhere. I don't think. Listen,
It's like back
it's
to back.
not going anywhere.
It's like back to back.
And
It's
he
the
hit it
same
with the back
effect.
to back to back.
It's the
And
same
not like
effect.
us. It's honestly, it's not even the best of all of the diss tracks. It's the best because it's the slap.
It's the
But
bop.
I love me a Euphoria. Okay, when we get to that, you better walk around like Daft Punk. I be like, oh God, like Kendrick went off, but Drake was a great sport, a great villain. He did what he needed to do. It
This was
just
a good battle.
wasn't enough.
This was absolutely a good battle. So now after Not Like Us, Drake did follow up with The Heart Part 6, but it just didn't.
Weak.
It just didn't quite.
And let me
curl.
tell you something, the tone was so different at the end, that all that nah, you better follow through. No, you better follow through. Because he was looking like, man,
You be saying
I'm going on vacation.
no.
Man, you did that for the West Coast, man. At least I was able to let them get some raps out of you. I said, boy, you better just stop recording.
I mean, it did what it was supposed to do, but not for Drake. Like it solidified that Kendrick kind of took that one, and I think based off the response, I can kind of say I was up in the air, but I think after this song has set, I have to give it to Kendrick.
Well, first off, I got two things. Number one, I'm so amazed that y'all repping Texas colors on here. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do we rate this?
This battle?
Yes, in its entirety.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to give it a strong, solid 8.5.
Yes.
Only because the AI kind of things got a little spooky, okay? Until Kendrick came out and it was like, oh, that's the spook I like. I like a boogeyman spook. I don't like that AI-ish. I don't like having a guess. Is this really
that's unfair.
you know? And it doesn't have the same effect that it would have had in the early 2000s.
No, it's not
because
authentic.
everything was so exactly. This was definitely all right. We glued to our phones, but just on the strength of the shock value and the shock factor and the things that were being said, and they played into the hands of time, if you will, because they were dropping them for a week. We got like, bah, bah, bah. I love that.
And it was worth the wait that we kind of had to wait in between the first track dropping.
Yeah.
And they definitely gave us what we wanted to see. So I can appreciate that. It was a good battle. But but even after that, like, things did happen. So of course the security guard was shot outside of Drake's home. And I think there were, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 attempted break-in.
Yes, two attempted break-in. Some of the security guard was shot in the chest, by the way, the chest.
Right.
And then, like, I think a week prior, the Weeknd security guard had been shot on the property too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has anything to do with Kendrick, but I think it's a little Toronto 666 beef going up, you know?
Yeah.
It's getting nasty.
So I'm glad that it's over. I hope that it doesn't go any further, because I mean it wasn't worth that. The tracks was good. They gave us what we wanted to see. It was a great matchup.
Nobody needs to lose their life.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
No.
It was never that serious.
But it's crazy that man Drake had Tupac sounding real light skin.
He did sound like
That's crazy.
He did. He absolutely sounded like.
I thought it could never be done.
It was disgusting.
He did.
It was disgusting.
Now.
Need you.
Kendrick,
we need you right. We need you right.
Oh, baby.
We need you to get in that booth and whoop this ass.
So listen,
nephew.
We don't really talk about, y'all get on my nerves.
Nephew.
But no, what killed me is how you AI snooping. You literally could have called this man and said, bruh, can you get out of the
And that's why I said, oh no, Kendrick, when you come back, you got to bring it for the West Coast. Like I said it. I said, we need to be stepping to this diss track. You need to hit him hard because that is so disrespectful.
Like, you really could have called him. I digress. So we really don't talk about this very often on the show, but I think it's important because this year is an election year. So we got word that according to Time, Joe Biden and Donald Trump have agreed to participate in 2 debates before this upcoming election day. CNN has scheduled one debate to be on June 27th and another in September.
Oh, God.
Now, Biden has confidently stated that he is surprised that Trump wants to debate again because after losing 2 in 2020 and not showing up since then, he didn't really think he had it in him. Now, Trump followed up by stating Crooked Joe is the worst debater he's ever faced. He can't even put 2 sentences together, and he's willing and ready to debate Crooked Joe in June and September. Now, what I found interesting is the polls now are scary. The polls, the recent analysis that they've gathered is all the states that Joe won in the election previously against Trump have now turned and are now in favor of Trump.
Wow.
And
this is reverse 2020.
Yes.
Insert that meme of Hillary when the balloons popped and she was looking around.
But not only that, this is the part that got me. Not only that, though, he has had a significant increase in black and brown voters.
I'm not.
Can we really go there? Can we really show today?
All because he bought us some Chick-fil-A?
It ain't got nothing to do with no Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna tell you what it got something to do with.
Let me
it got
buy some
something to do with
Chick-fil-A. I'm running for president.
Aid. It got something to do with foreign aid. I do not like seeing 95 billion being sent to this country, another billion sent to that country. I said, now who do y'all think we are?
Clearly, we the daddies. We pay child support at this point.
I have a problem with that, and I'm not surprised. I'm not saying
That's
Trump
not
is the man to get it done, but that man that's currently in office, if he don't make a swift pivot back to the American people. Matter of fact, if I was Joe, I'm still in the slogan, we gonna make America great again. We gonna make America great again. And part of making America great again is telling other countries no. No is a sentence.
No means no.
I'm tired of this. I said, first of all, shout out. I'm scared people say the countries because you can't even put this stuff on YouTube.
No.
But some of them countries doing okay. Y'all winning the battle. What you need more money for? Can you ask somebody else?
I mean, at this point, I think so. Based on the podcast I was listening to, they were saying that they believe that what the American people are looking for now is change, and they're looking for hope and belief. And they're saying that the people no longer have faith in Biden's administration, and what Trump is introducing is somewhat of what Obama introduced to us when he ran.
Well,
now, I do agree in that aspect. Because I feel like year after year we get the same tired lines from the Democrats, and now the younger voters who Joe's losing right now are starting to see, or they've only had a short while to gauge what's been going on, and they cutting it loose already.
Yeah, these younger voters.
Like, oh no, this ain't work. We tried it one time. We ain't gonna try it again.
And I feel bad for them. Ain't no $1,000 used cars no more. Ain't no $600 to $1,000 apartments. If you are not working by 15, 16, 17. Good luck, because 21, them college years, the 20s gonna kick your behind.
I hear so many people say they don't really like either candidate, which I could agree with. I really don't care for either, but I'm just a little bit more worried about putting the guy in office who said that he wants to exempt police officers.
Or they can barely walk up the steps either.
Yeah, well, both. But Trump just kind of like...
I'm confused how this man...
Like, hey, bro, you tripping.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be in the running right now. We had a whole insurrection.
I was literally like, I was praying, like, why he ain't charged yet?
This man is in fighting court and everything. Like, what is going on?
I don't know, child.
That's how desperate the American people are to get change.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And we're tired of what we've been being fed. And at this point, you couldn't do the job these 4 years, so we got to give it to somebody who appears to have did something.
This is an amazing example of privilege. It's a lot of smart, young, black, could-be presidents, senators, everything that's in jail right now, incarcerated, got records, and can't even run. And this man, you giving him an opportunity? This is the ultimate sign of privilege right here.
It's grabbing people by the...
Know what I'm saying? mocking the mentally challenged on live TV. Right. Telling an Asian woman to go speak to another Asian woman about what's going on.
He called it what did he say? The China virus?
China virus.
We had some wild times with Trump.
Telling you to put some Lysol.
Drink some bleach.
Throwing bounty tissue. Good bounty tissue, by the way, because we were missing some in 2020, by the way.
Tissue, and he throwing it.
Oh, my God. Yes. It was...
Say what? Just terrible, man.
I mean, it just scares me. And what I will say is I get that times are crazy right now, but when you say you don't want to vote, and then to me it makes a difference. So just do your research and please vote. Use your vote
locally. Do your
research, especially locally, because that's where it really matters, especially. But please do your research this election, and keep in mind there are other candidates that can be chosen. Like there's a Kennedy that's in the running right now.
Don't waste your vote on them.
Yes, but somebody, Jesus, somebody, anybody, Jesus.
No, it's insane.
I'm voting for these.
I would say we're screwed, but you know what? As African Americans, our ancestors have been in this country 400 plus years. We ain't give a damn who was president. We still here today. Right. So if anything, keep hope alive.
Because at the end of the day gotta end.
I mean, we're really like, come on.
Right.
Local votes.
Well, those were the topics I have for today. I did have one more. Do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I also wanted to get into this topic about this PG County teacher, because this has been a very, very interesting topic. And I kind of wanted to get you guys' perspective on it. Okay. So there is a teacher that taught at the Maya Angelou French Immersion School, a science teacher by the name of Marquise White, who was under fire for displaying a video on TikTok of a few of his young female students taking out his braids in the classroom. Okay? He claims that it was the end of the class and the students had permission to be there. The classwork was done. He also has permission from a lot of the parents for them to be online in these videos. He stated that he had a hair appointment coming up for after school and he needed his hair to be taken out, and they offered to do it. Now, there has been outrage from parents saying that this is crazy, he shouldn't be doing this. And there are some parents that are saying, well, you know, we appreciate that he loves his students in the way that he does, because most teachers don't care about you. There's also some questioning videos that did come out after them. There was allegedly a video that he posted of a girl supposedly in high school, and it was a bathroom picture, and he was like serenading. It was like a jokey video, like it was. It's hard to describe. Y'all could go to the. We don't have the clip, so. But it was more so, it was almost like he was fawning over a teenage girl. Okay? So people are looking at that and saying, okay, well, there's this video here, so we're questioning him. So he went to his TikTok to read letters from the children, and they were calling him bestie, and they're saying, you know, we're really upset. We know that you don't mean any harm,
and it's probably a minor.
and we know you don't mean any harm by any of that, and that you know, basically taking his side and saying that he's not a bad person. Now, do you guys feel like, my question is, do you feel like there's a double standard for male students and women and female students? Because I feel like if this was a woman, this would be a little bit different, right? It wouldn't be as much outrage.
No, I would still have smoke for her.
But as a male,
absolutely.
But listen, hold on, listen. But as a male,
it adds another level of creep to it.
As a male, you have to be a little bit more conscious and set boundaries with your students.
See, I think that as a teacher, you should be doing that regardless, because you are my teacher. You are not my friend. You are my student. You are not my bestie. You are not my friend. And never mind the fact that this is school time, and I don't care if parents gave you permission. Did that school give you permission to post those kids?
Well, he
on
had
your personal page.
Well, I can't speak for that because I don't know what their policy is, but he did. Some of these students, I don't even know if they were supposed to be in his class at the time, but he had slips where the other teachers had allowed them to come to his class.
Okay. But not for the sake of taking down your hair. That is unprofessional.
Yes.
Bottom line.
Which is where I come with what I mean by the boundaries. Because although you may not have meant any harm by it, right? I think that me thinking about as a teenage girl, and I remember one substitute teacher, man, he was so
and then be the ones.
And all the girls at the school used to be, hi, Mr. So-and-so, da-da-da-da. But as a man, he had his boundaries. He knew he didn't get too friendly with the girls.
That's right.
Because he seen the way that the girls reacted to him. He didn't want to have none of that. And I feel like as a man, and especially a young black man, you have to be careful with allowing certain things to go on. I do respect and I love those teachers who have those type of relationships, because a lot of those kids go home and don't have any type of relationships with those parents, right?
You can be loving and friendly, but we're not friends.
But you have to protect yourself.
Yes, because, and God forbid, the school is doing what they have to do, so I respect that. But God forbid, a year from now, something did come out, or if this behavior went unchecked, and the right 15, 16-year-old girl comes along and makes this man compromise who he is or should be, and now we're dealing with another teacher sleeping with a student situation. All of that needs to be checked at the door, and you protect yourself by not having your students take your hair down, not putting them on your page.
Correct.
We ain't doing all of that.
Right. After working hours.
Right.
It's crazy because, like, the teachers back in my day, they weren't that good looking. So, I kind of wish I had, like, these teachers these days, they be Instagram bad. I'll be like, God, the teachers I had back in the day were built like balled up homework. It's crazy.
As well they should be.
Right.
But I do think, if you're, listen, you come to school to learn.
Correct.
And go home. You know what I'm saying? And as a grown man, why not have your priorities in a row where you could get your hair done by professionals? 1, 2. It's like allowing these kids to have so much access to you. Whether you meant well, it still looks horrible. On video. It looks horrible. Even as a parent, for me, like, if my daughter... We don't need to be doing all that.
There we go.
Now, he also had another video on his page of one of his students who's like wants to be a nail tech, and she was practicing doing his nails, and he was like, as long as she wants to do this, I'll let her practice.
But this is a nail class.
You ain't their daddy.
No, it's a science class.
You ain't their goddaddy. You ain't none of that.
Science and nails.
So
it could be biology.
It could be chemistry. It could be chemistry.
Could be
mixing stuff together.
It could be. Whoa.
But I'm just saying, like, it is strange. I think I would probably.
You need to go to the tech center and do
I think
this.
if I put up TikTok and I see my daughter on there taking his hair out, I would have questions for her. Like, why was this occurring? So I'm not mad at the parents asking questions. But also, if you signed a permission slip, you probably shouldn't be doing that with your kid. Like, if you feel like they're there to learn.
Right.
So I don't know. Right. But those were the stories that we had today. And if you have opinions on those, make sure y'all drop it in the comments on these videos, because I'm interested in hearing you guys' perspective, because I've been hearing so much back and forth about all of these topics, and we definitely want to get your feedback. So don't forget to make sure you inbox us and let us know how you think, or inbox us, or leave it in the comments, or like our YouTube videos, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But it's your girl, Miss Milan, signing out.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is Headlines, brought to you by one person only, the one and only Miss Milan.